I call Clayton Mitchell.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I'll take a rise and a call for New Zealand First on the Wildlife Powers Amendment Bill and sing in a chorus of support for this bill, sir, to go to the Select Committee, we would certainly look forward to hearing from submitters of what they've got to say. And although the intent of the bill is commendable and the achievement is something that might fall short of the intention of the bill, sir, which is what I want to really speak about today, I think this Wildlife Powers Amendment Bill certainly does suggest that we need some changes. It's been over 63 years of current legislation, which needs to be looked at with regards to the enforcement capabilities of it. And we see that in 2013 there was some changes made to the Wildlife Act, which increased the penalties. And that was very much a necessity, sir, because we have seen over the years a large increase in our wildlife being shot and killed, traded on black market operations, and it's certainly many times right up until recent weeks we have seen high-profile cases of this sort of nature going on with our very precious and rare species that we can only find here in New Zealand. So it is great that we're actually having this bill put in front of us for a discussion today, and we certainly are looking forward to having that pulled apart and put back together at the Select Committee stages. We in New Zealand, I think, are all very proud of our 100% pure New Zealand brand, and that brand, sir, around the world has been held in high regard, and we are seeing record numbers of tourists coming to this country because of our beaches, our walks, our rivers, our mountains and our wildlife. And the ease in which people can come to this country to see that is absolutely paramount, that we keep it in the best and most pristine condition that we possibly can. And I think what has resonated with me most strongly, apart from Maggie Barry's wonderful voice, which does sound like the late night love songs radio show, you know, that was very resonating, I have to say, Miss Barry, as she sinks down into her chair. What really resonates with me is Kevin Haig's discussion with regards to the resourcing of the Department of Conservation, or I should say, the lack of resourcing for the Department of Conservation. And we have seen a degradation in support by this government, which has a massive impact on our tourism, our ecotourism, our ecology of this country. And if we don't do something about it now, we are going to see masses of problems for our future, and a problem that, unfortunately, if it's not dealt with, we will never get back to the state that it once was, sir. And I am talking about our beautiful Kiwis, our kakapos, the kirurus, the takikas, the tuis, the pukekos, the moorpork, which is my favourite. And in fact, on the weekend over Easter, we took our kids away for the weekend, and they actually came across some very rare green frogs, the green bell frogs, you know, up in the Bay of Plenty, and they were great to see them out there, sir. But if we don't look after the environment that they are in, we're certainly going to lose them. Mr. Speaker, I'm also coming to the point with regards to the fact that I think this bill is quite timely. We saw 2 weeks ago the Kermadec Ocean Sanctuary Bill put into place, and questions by New Zealand First to the Minister at the question time with regards to how are they going to enforce this 620,000 square kilometres of land. And of course we didn't get a satisfactory answer. But now, in hindsight, in reflection, I can see the answer is right here in front of us, that this new enforcement that they're going to give the 3 dock ranges on Royal Island and the Kermadecs will be enough to actually secure the wildlife that we've got there, sir, because now some of these ranges will of course be able to arrest people and hold them for a certain amount of time. I don't know exactly how that's going to work, if they're going to put them in handcuffs if they get given those, or maybe they'll just be tied up in flax bushes and held in manuka cabins until the police can get there. Of course, that takes about 20 hours by the time they get their helicopters fueled up and get over there. We're going to see some major problems, sir, because we've even seen our police force funding being drastically cut, sir, and we are having difficulties, even the respect that New Zealanders are having towards the police. In the Bay of Plenty last week, we saw, I'm getting to my point, sir, We're seeing dock rangers that are being expected to do more, sir, for less. My point being is police are unable to do what they've got with the amount of people. We've got people putting guns on police officers. What's going to happen to our dock rangers when they've been given the power to go and arrest somebody that are doing an illegal, involved in potentially illegal activities, sir? The point being is we are putting our rangers and our dock staff at serious risk by doing this and not having a strategy, because stop, or I'll say stop again, doesn't work when you're talking about potentially putting somebody, locking them up for up to a year or up to 2 years and a $100,000 fine, sir. It hasn't been working for the police, and it's certainly not working, and it won't be working for the dock rangers if this is the power and this is the only tool that they've got to use against this crime of poachers, etc. So we've seen in the 2015 budget cut, operational funding was dropped by $8.7 million, and we also saw the cut to natural heritage management by $7 million. But on top of that $7 million cut, we had $11.2 million, which was dedicated to the Kiwis' growth, taken out of that. So you could actually say, sir, it's around about $27 million in funding, not to mention the hundreds of jobs that dock workers have seen, and again, sir, putting their lives in danger and at serious risk if they are asked to do more for less. To the bill, sir, I think there are a number of good parts to the bill, and I think there are some sensible parts with the bill. The expanding the powers that enforcement officers have with regards to making sure that when you're asking for somebody's date of birth, their address, and making sure that they give verified proof of that, that's sensible, sir, because there's no point showing up on to the courts, waiting for judgment, and of course the person doesn't show up because they gave you false details. That would certainly be a big help to get that small matter dealt with promptly and efficiently, as the police have the same ability to do so. The power to intervene, to prevent or stop offending, that's common sense, sir. If you see something that's taking place, you should those dock workers should have the power to react, to stop that from happening, or to prevent it from happening, whether it be from trap setting or potential behaviour. And also the ability to stop those people in their tracks and hold them, sir, is a good power also. And of course, we've heard tonight from Scott Simpson in relation to the modern world that we now live in, with phones, with computers, and with iPads, etc., and with the telephone capabilities of taking photos, etc. It would be very, very pertinent to ensure that those dock rangers and workers can see some of those materials, whether it be money or otherwise, to go towards building a case against a perpetrator or a potential offender. So, sir, that is certainly well supported. We do, however, go back to the main issue of getting our dock workers, which are already under stress, that are underfunded, to do more for the little amount that they're getting. And the degradation of our tracks, some of the best track walks we've got in the world, sir, as we go around the country, in the North Island and in the South Island, it's absolutely fantastic to see, but they will be being reduced. And I just want to point out, before I finish my contribution, the Auditor General's Office has published a report in relation to what I'm just talking about here. She says the department was prioritising work and working with partners to manage biodiversity, and the report made 8 recommendations. However, the follow-up audit shows the department has made limited progress on these recommendations. The 2012 report recognised DOC for its leading conservation methods and practices, but was not winning the battle against the threats to New Zealand's Indigenous species and the habitats they live in. It also stated that, at best, efforts to date are merely slowing the decline of biodiversity in New Zealand, which is a cause for concern. In Budget 2016, we would like to see more money put into our conservation, ensuring that our natural habitat is looked after for the future generations of our children. Thank you, sir.